Hi everyone, I can see the reflection of the ring light in my eyes. Right. As I said before, there's no quick fix to behavior. There's no one size fits all. Every family needs to adapt different strategies to see what works for them. I am simply sharing a few ideas and a few methods that I found worked in school dealing with challenging behavior and then as a mummy at home. So one thing that I want to talk about tonight is when you say no and the meltdowns that you get afterwards. I'm a firm believer at trying to have a balance in dealing with behavior in your house so that you see less of the tantrums and the meltdowns. And a phrase that I tend to use a lot is you've asked, I've answered. So I don't know if you can relate to this, but in our house, the questions where the answers are likely to be no usually comes at the end of a fun activity. It always feels to me that, the answer is going to spoil the moment. But anyway, to stop that moment from escalating, I then do quite a lot of planned ignoring. After you've given your answer, I do planned ignoring. The reason for that is any negotiation or any explanation just escalates the situation, and this is in our case, and that's why I'm saying there's no one size fits all. In another family, you can get down on your child's level and you can explain your reason. In our family, I need to wait until everyone is calm and quiet before I can explain the reason. In that moment, when I say no, I simply have to be calm, be quiet, not a lot of words, and just every now and then say, you've asked, I've answered. That's the point when there's a lot of, Mum, but you said, or Mom, you never let us do this, or there's a lot of anger that comes out. And if two people then start to argue and negotiate, the problem, it will just be fuel on the fire and the problem will get bigger. So a sentence that I always use when you've said no and the child has not accepted it with good grace is you've asked, I've answered. And a few weeks ago, this phrase just popped up in my head, and I said to my child, don't ask a question if you can't accept the answer. So she looked at me and she said, Mum, that actually makes a lot of sense. So we talked about it and we changed the sentence around. If you can't accept the answer, don't ask the question. And in the end, she's nearly 10 years old, so we can talk about different strategies that we want to use in the house and that we want to try out. And we talk about what the outcome will look like, what we want it to look like, and how we are going to work towards this. So there's a lot of teamwork in our behavior management system in the house at the moment. But I've noticed we decided then to embed this into our lifestyle and to use that phrase a lot. So all of us in the house started to use that. Don't ask a question if you can't accept the answer. So if you are willing to accept it with good grace, if there comes a no after your question, then that's fine. You can ask it, but don't ask it if you can't accept the answer. And touch wood, for the last few weeks that we've started to put that in place, we don't get as many questions where the answer is likely to be no. So that's my focus for today. I just want to say, you can use the phrase, you've asked, I've answered, or teach your children that don't ask the question if you can't accept the answer. So you can teach them about what the expectation is. What do you want to see when you say no? And sometimes in life you need to say no. And you can explain this and say, There will be days when I simply have to say no. So yes, I just feel I wanted to share this with you. I think it's something that worked for us over the last few weeks, and I wanted to share that with other mummies. So yes, don't ask the question if you can't accept the answer. Bye.